Good evening and welcome to Motivational Monday with me, your girl, Jackie O. Listen, we have a great show in store for you on this evening, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. But before we get started, I just wanted to welcome you in. Go ahead and put in the comment section below and let us know where you are tuning in from on this evening. And if you're missing the live broadcast, go ahead also. And if you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay so that we know that you are watching the show, and share this episode because it is going to be a fun episode with me, your girl, Jackie O. So listen, we just came back from New York Sunday, and where we spoke at the 2026 National Women's Convention in Buffalo, New York. And let me tell you, we had an amazing time. And so I cannot wait to share more about that with you, of how we came out of Luke 7 and we talked about the woman, the sinner woman, right? But there's so many layers to that story, to where what I shared with them was about being in the room, Because let me tell you, when God invites you into the room, it doesn't matter if people say you're a disruption or an interruption, because guess what? He invited you there. So we had an amazing time there, speaking with the women and them making some custom oil. So we'll be sharing a little bit more about that throughout the week from that experience. And so we also want to remind you that we're doing a sale for all of our amazing products, our coloring book, oh girl, yes, self-care coloring book and things, all of our products. We are doing a sale for a limited time. So go ahead and hop over to our website and check it out. So if you are ready for the show on this evening, go ahead and tap the hearts. Let us know that you are ready for the show. And we will be right back after this introduction with our very special guest, Ashia Montgomery. We'll be right back after this. Ashia Montgomery, a pharmacist and business owner from Alabaster, Alabama, has captured viewers' attention on TLC's 90 Day Fiancé with her unwavering faith and love for Maxwell in Nigeria. When K-1 visa delays threatened their future, Ashia and her mother traveled to Nigeria hoping to find another path. Along the way, they faced family tensions, cultural differences, questions about their age gap, and conversations about having children, making their journey one of the season's most unforgettable love stories. Please help us welcome to Motivational Monday with Jackie O, the beautiful, the brilliant, Dr. Ashia Montgomery. Hello, Ashia.
Hey, Miss Jackie. How are you?
I am doing well. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you.
Yes, I am so excited to have this conversation with you this evening. So thank you for accepting our invitation for Motivational Monday.
Thank you for having me, girlie. I'm ready.
Listen, I am not a really big reality show person. Let me just tell you like that. But 90 Day Fiancé, me and my husband, that's our Sunday evening ritual. We are on the couch and we are watching it. And you're our favorite. You're our favorite for this season.
Well, thank you, girlie.
Yes, so to have you on Motivational Monday is absolutely a treat. So again, thank you so much for the invitation. For accepting the invitation.
Yes, I'm honored.
Yes. So we're going to hop right into the show. And I want to talk about this journey, girl. So you are on 90 Day Fiancé. You have international love. And I want to talk about that. Like, how did you meet Maxwell? Let's talk about that first.
Girl, I met this man on Tinder. Do you hear me?
Oh, Tinder. Okay.
Tinder need to pay me for that shout out.
Okay.
Yes, I met him on Tinder. I don't know. I'll let you ask some questions because I've been gave you the
Okay.
long version if I talk too much.
So you met him on Tinder. So did you, because with the dating sites, you can put in basically the area that you're looking for, the age, like you put in everything that you're looking for, right? So were you looking for international love?
Not per se.
Okay.
Now, I was definitely guided by God because if God wasn't in the picture, I don't think it would have ever, I would have never met Maxwell.
Okay.
So God was telling me, like, Aisha, your person is not near. So I was like, okay, Lord, not the city. And he was like, no, your person is not near. So I was like, okay, not statewide. And God was like, your person is not near. And so I was like, okay. So I said, like, Lord, I ain't trying to help you. But I definitely felt like I needed to put myself out there because, like most women, we're busy. I go to work, I go to church, and I come home. And so I was like, okay, I set up a profile on Plenty of Fish. I did Christian Mingles and I did Tinder. And that's how we met. It just so happened he lost his phone or sold his phone, ended up getting a new phone, and Tinder was already installed. And I was like 2 weeks prior, I was just like, you know what? Let me get on Tinder since, God is telling me he's not near. And within 2 weeks, we connected.
Wow. Wow.
Hmm.
So let's talk about that because Tinder, is Tinder where you swipe or is that Bumble? I'm trying to
It's
remember.
where you swipe. Tinder, you do
Okay.
swipe. You swipe a right or left. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you see his profile and you're like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm feeling him. Okay, God,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you're telling me he's the one. And then y'all start the journey.
Well, not that easy.
Okay.
So not so easy. So
Okay.
I was on Tinder maybe like several years prior. Had moved to a different city for my job, and my friends like, Aisha, you're not doing anything. You need to go out, see people, mingle, socialize. You're just homework, church. And so I was like, okay. She's like, try Tinder. So I get on Tinder. I didn't like it. Right. And so, like this second time around, I knew that if you swipe enough, like it would get everybody out of your general area. So I was just swiping people. I was just like, get these people out the way because God already told me he's not near. So I swiped. I had the parameters set to where it was like 100 miles out. And at the same time, God had already spoke to Maxwell and told him that his wife was in the South. So he knew generally where to set his parameter. So he automatically set his parameter for the US and in the South.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That is, wow, that is amazing. So let's talk about that part when you met him and you're going through the journey and God told you this is the one for you. You
Hmm.
love him, but how did you really know that he was the one, that he was ordained, that he was
Hmm.
sent by God? Because sometimes we want that to be, you know,
Hmm.
and we're saying God told us, but how did you really know, like that unction in your spirit was like, yes.
Now, my story is kind of strange because, like
Okay.
most women, we lead with emotions. And I
Hmm.
was like, I already knew. I was like, I'm going to use logic when choosing a man. I was like, I know it's going to be all mine, no heart, right? And so, I'm sorry, a little fruit fly. December 2023, y'all saw Patricia. She was like, oh my gosh, like I see your husband. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, he's tall, he's dark skinned, he has a big smile. And I was just like, now wait a dark skinned man, now pump your brakes. You got it wrong, girl. Who you talking about? And so, but at the same time, God was talking to me. He kept saying, go to the book of Esther. Go to the book of Esther. He kept telling me that over and over and over. So I'm like, Lord, what you trying to tell me? I'm finna save a nation. And so it was going over my head. And I was like, Lord, I'm tired. Like you keep telling me to go to Esther, and I'm tired of reading Esther. So you're gonna have to. I'm stupid. Like I don't get it. And so finally, I was like reading Esther, and like this little pop up came, a little notification, like, hey, you know how YouTube does, and it was like, hey, go look at this video, and the title said, "Here Comes the Bride." And so I was just like, Lord, is that for me? Because I was like, I've been waiting a long time now. And I was like, Lord, is that for me or whatever? So I began to pray all through January. And so, kind of sometime between January and February, God gave me a vision. In this vision, I am sitting next to this lady in an office setting. There was a lady beside me, and there was a lady behind me, and they were talking about all the perks of this job. And I was like, "Hey, do they help with travel? Do they we getting kind of travel perks?" And the lady was, "Yes, that we do." So she gets these brochures, and what I thought were brochures, and she sit them in front of me. But when I saw them, it was a wedding planner and a wedding album. And so God zoned in on the picture. You know how wedding albums have a little
Yeah.
picture of the couple in the front, and zoomed in. And then I woke up and I was like, Lord, like, what does this mean? And God said to my spirit, He said, listen, you have been planning a wedding for a very long time. Because I was a Pinterest girl. Like I have, like, oh, when I get married, I'm going to have this, I'm finna have that, I'm finna have all of this stuff. And so all this Pinterest stuff been going on for years and years since the beginning of Pinterest.
Okay.
And so, and God was like, you've been planning for a very long time. That's why He put the planner there. But He said, this time around, there will be photos going in this photo album.
Wow.
So, and that was like I was like, oh my gosh. And so that was like January and February. So right after that, God kept saying, suddenly, suddenly, suddenly. So I was like, I got nervous, girl. I was like, oh Lord. Like, so then, like towards the end of February, leading into March, it was like God was like, get ready. Like it was like such a force behind it. Girl, I had to get a housekeeper because I'm unorganized. I was like, I own a restaurant. Let me look, you amazed. I own a whole restaurant, girl, and don't even know how to cook, like not paying attention. So I was like, oh my gosh, let me start paying attention to these recipes, how they doing everything. I better get ready.
Oh
And
my.
so start doing that. And like I said, end up getting on Tenor and Plenty of Fish and Christian Mingles, and we connected.
Wow. I want to go back a little bit because when you were
Mhm,
saying how you were getting ready, like you were
mhm.
getting prepared, you were getting ready, because I do believe that that is important, right,
Very.
for us to be getting ready, for us to be prepared, so that when
Mhm.
God does bring that person or whatever it is that we have prayed for and that He has promised us, that we are ready. So you talked about your restaurant, that you own a business and a restaurant, so you were getting it together, girl. You was cooking so you can make all that great food
Yes.
that you were going to
Yes.
make for your husband. Tell us a little bit about your business, because I know when we watch the show, we really don't see that part of it, but I
Mhm.
wanted you to talk about that part of it, just like your job and your being an entrepreneur and
Mhm.
just preparing for this journey with your husband, with your future
Okay.
husband.
So basically, which we don't know if we're married, girl. We don't know if we
Right,
made it.
right,
So
right.
y'all pray for me.
Yes,
But
yes, yes.
we'll pray for my strength in the Lord. But yeah, so basically during the week and some weekends too, I'm a pharmacist, by day. But on the weekend, my grandmother, she really believed in home cooked meals. She would cook large meals. So anybody in the community could come and eat. You could take a plate away. And that was just very special to me. So when she passed, I was like, I want to honor her name. And so that's what we did. We opened up the restaurant and we cooked like some of the dishes that she cooked. And so it's just been a blessing to touch like so many lives because everybody's like on the go. So nobody has time to really like just sit down and cook home cooked meals. Nothing out the can, but sitting down and get and cooking the real deal.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. And I love that about your grandmother and how you're just honoring, your grandmother and her
Hmm.
legacy, because I believe there was a lot of us that had those grandmothers, right? That
Hmm.
had the
Absolutely.
recipes and they cooked the great meals. I even think about my grandmothers and how they cooked, and I just reminisce on, wow, that was some good food back
It
then.
was. It was. They took their time.
They
Yes.
did. They
Yeah.
took their time. So, all right. Well, y'all, we are talking to the beautiful Asia Montgomery. No, the doctor. Yes, girl, the doctor, Asia Montgomery. We are talking to her on this evening about her journey to love with Maxwell. And so we're going to take a commercial break. And when we come back, we'll continue our conversation with Asia and some of the challenges that she had. Yeah, and see if they're any different, any of the international challenges are different than us over here at stateside. We'll be right back after this commercial break. What does grace look like? It looks like you, it looks like me. Not because we're perfect, but because we've been forgiven, restored, and loved in spite of it all. Grace is showing up after the fire, choosing compassion over judgment and kindness when it's not deserved. It's power under control, strength wrapped in softness. It's Jesus. So today, extend the same grace you have been given. Look in the mirror. Grace looks like you. Welcome back to Motivational Monday with me, your girl, Jackie O, and my very special guest, Ashia Montgomery from TLC 90 Day Fiance. We have been talking about how she met Maxwell and the journey leading up to this point. And what I really love to Ashia about your story is how two very different worlds and very different cultures came together. And
Mm-hmm.
so let's talk about that and like some of the challenges that you had with your family and then just coming together, period. Share some of that with us.
Yeah, I feel like it was very difficult trying to mesh. Well, even me, it's because it's a culture shock.
Yeah.
But definitely, trying to bring the two families together, and then a lot of people want to perceive Nigeria as a poor country. That they're scammers. They get the stereotype of being a scammer. So. And even if somebody would have asked me, like I would have said, like Nigerians are scammers, like I'm already programmed to think that. And so like it was very hard trying to rewire everybody's brain to think like, you know what, there's good people everywhere and there's bad people everywhere, so let's judge people individually. Let's not just stereotype a whole group of people just because of media or things that we've heard or hearsay, he say, she say type situation.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. When you said that, because guess what? There could be scammers right here in
Uh,
the, in the whole
well,
United States.
I think actually with data, there's actually more scammers in the U.S. than in Nigeria.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So it's crazy.
yeah, it's absolutely crazy. So, between the differences with distance and your cultural differences and family expectations, what has been one of the biggest lessons that you have learned about choosing love through all of this?
Patience. You have
Mm,
to be patient and you have to rely on God.
yeah,
Like at the end of the day, like going through the visa process, through the K-1 visa, getting denied. And you have to have faith because at the end of the day, like if I didn't have faith, I would have like, you know what, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I heard God wrong. Maybe this is not the one for me. But now, like, because how strong my faith is, I'm like, no, Lord, I know I heard you.
yeah,
I know this is what you said, and I can stand on this word. And then for the people that is not hearing God or getting those knowings, literally go to the Bible because Satan would get in my ear and tell me like all these negative things, trying to make me doubt the situation and make me wonder like, why did this happen to me? Right. But
yeah,
I'm like, Lord, like at the bare it like when you're looking at the word, when you go to the foundation, it
yeah,
says to be equally yoked.
yeah,
I said, if nothing else, me and this man is equally yoked. And I was having a problem. Like, I can get rich men, I can get successful men, I could get good looking men, but I was having a problem connecting with godly men. And I would see men in the church, and they
yeah,
would shout, and some of them were ministers and preachers and all of this now, but
yes,
they were not living that life.
yeah,
But when it came to Maxwell, like he's so humble. He'd be like, oh my gosh, like he hears from God too. But he'll never say, he'd be like, oh, I would die if I say I heard from God. Like he has so much reverence for God. I'm like, but you're hearing from him. Like I have to convince him, like, no, that's God. But he was like, I just don't want to say it. And I'm like, well, who told you to search me in Alabama in the South? Like you couldn't come up with that idea on your own.
right.
So it had to be a higher power. It had to be God. And so it's just crazy how things just it just happens.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like how you said that too about the faith and wondering when you're in these difficult situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
God, was it really you?
Mm-hmm.
Because in relationships and just in life in general, as we go through different things in life, and when it's a hard situation, right? We're
Mm-hmm.
like, God, okay, you promised me that you're going to bring me
Mm-hmm.
out of this, or you promised me this, you promised me that. So it's very important and about for us to have the faith and for us to trust God. And so I loved how you put that in there and how you said that, because we do have to trust God. And I think it also comes with, for me, it comes with maturity.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't always been in this space that I trust God. And so,
Absolutely.
it comes with life experiences, it comes with maturity, and it comes also with our relationship with God, um,
Mm-hmm.
so that we can trust him. So with you going through what you were going through, with Maxwell and just all the differences,
Mm-hmm.
main thing was, like you said, trusting God.
Oh,
That was
absolutely. I remember one time where, you have your voice, you have God's voice, and you have the devil, right? And I remember one time the devil was just like, just getting thoughts, just causing thoughts to come in my head. And I was like doubting the whole thing. And I was like, I don't know if we should do this. I don't think this is going to work. And I remember being that person. And Maxwell got up and he was like, he prayed that morning before I woke up. He was like praying hard. And it's just like that morning, I got up and it was just like, I just had so much clarity. It's like the voices just stopped. And I was like, that wasn't nothing but the devil. I was like, that is the devil there. Putting all that doubt and uncertainty in my mind. And I was just like, you know what? Everything just became crystal clear. I was just like, this is a godly man. I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. I was like, why not? We were raised godly children. We have the same purpose. We want to do missionary work, evangelism, be the biggest philanthropist the world has ever seen. We want to be givers. We want to help people. And I was like, he knew his purpose, I knew my purpose, and they were in such alignment. Even on a business level, like I had a beauty supply store, he sold bundles. He went and got his CDL license, he's doing trucking. I'm like, I was trying to start a trucking company. So, like,
wow.
even business ideas, we were so aligned. Like, to moments, I was just like, it's almost like I'm talking to myself. And he was like, quit reading my mind. And I was like, well, you quit reading my mind. And it was just like, God couldn't have done it any better. Like it was just blowing my mind.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing.
It
Listen,
is.
y'all, we are having such a great conversation with Asia, and we're going to be back with Asia. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with Asia Montgomery from TLC 90 Day Fiance, and she is sharing with us her journey with Maxwell and international love, and just being patient and trusting God, trusting the process, and not listening to naysayers. When we come back,
Mhm.
we're going to talk a little bit about that with Asia. We'll be right back after this break.
Hey, beautiful. Yes, you. Want to live well, think well, and glow from the inside out? Let's talk wellness, Jackie O style. Here are your top 3 wellness tips to keep your crown high and your spirit higher. Protect your peace. Say no without guilt. Block the drama. And sis, rest is a right, not a reward. Nourish your body and mind. Drink your water, eat your greens, and feed your soul with the Word of God daily. Create a daily glow movement. Every 10 minutes, journal, stretch, or sit in stillness. Your glow deserves space. Small steps, big glow. Follow Jackie O for more wellness that fits your real life. Because when you think well, you live well. Jackie O, helping women glow from the inside out. We honor the trailblazers, the innovators, the unstoppable women who inspire us every single day. From history makers to everyday heroes, women continue to break barriers, uplift communities, and shine their light. Here's to you, your strength, your resilience, your glow. Because when women rise, we all rise. Through smiles, laughter, and shared moments, human connection bridges hearts, transcending barriers and illuminating the beauty of our shared humanity. In every glance, touch, and conversation, we find solace, understanding, and belonging. Cherish the bonds that unite us, for in them lies the essence of our existence. It's all about the connection. Get ready to start your month with inspiration and empowerment. Motivational Monday with Jacquie O streams live every first Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Join me as we dive into conversations that help you think well, live well, and glow. From practical tips to powerful stories, this is your space to reset, refocus, and rediscover your best self. Don't miss it. Mark your calendars and catch the glow live.
Welcome back to Motivational Monday with me, your girl, Jacquie O, and our very special guest, Ashia Montgomery from TLC 90 Day Fiancé. We have been talking to her about her journey with Maxwell, the love, trusting God through the process, hearing from God, knowing that He is the one for her and she is the one for him, and just merging those cultural differences that they have. This has been such a great conversation. And so, Ashia, again, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to be here with us on this evening. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yes. So as we continue our conversation, Ashia, there is probably so much to say about your family and friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just how they feel about this relationship. Because earlier we talked about scammers and how
Mm-hmm.
people have this stereotype of Nigerians being scammers. And so let's walk us through that journey with your mother, because I know your
Mm-hmm.
mother traveled with you, and
Mm-hmm.
then your good friend. We know his opinion. And then
Mm-hmm.
just some of the other naysayers. How have you been navigating through that process?
Now, as far as my mom, like that's my road dog, that's my bestie. Like we can be so transparent with each other. So she was on board. Like the moment, like she got on the phone with Maxwell, they were like little prayer partners. Like just they enjoyed each other. I'm like, y'all talking a little too much. So which is crazy. But then yeah, you're gonna have the people that are naysayers. Like I had a really close, like my cousin, he's close to me. He's a minister. He was like, no, like you shouldn't be meeting people online. Like that seems desperate. That's not how Christian people meet. And I was just like, I am not hearing that. And then, and they touched on it on the show, but like my best friend, like we were dating two best friends were dating two best friends. And so it became a moment where she was like, do you think we made a mistake? We need to break this off. Like, we don't need to do this. I think we made a mistake. And I was like, no, like you might have made a mistake, but I know I heard from God. And then we have Rod, which y'all see on the show. And I mean, he was just not having it, like at all. But it was just like now he probably made it the most difficult out of everybody because like I respect him, I love him, and he's pretty like sound when it comes to judgment. And so like that was the hardest part of it all, just trying to get him to accept Maxwell. But at the end of the day, like, am I gonna listen to God or I'm gonna listen to Rod? So he's happy. He has his family. He has his wife, his two children. And I'm here and I'm at the time 38. Now I'm 39 and I'm a little single Asia. So, if I were to listen to him, like where would I be?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we instead of listening to family, instead of listening to friends, baby, y'all better listen to God.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I totally agree. My husband and I, we met online,
Okay.
and we actually met on Bumble.
Okay.
And so we met online, and I had some of the same things
Mm-hmm.
said, oh, well, you don't know, and this and that. And we actually married within 6 months,
Oh wow.
and
Okay.
we celebrated in June 5 years.
Okay,
And
right.
we
Congratulations.
thank you. So I know how it is about the naysayers, but
Mm-hmm.
when you
Mm-hmm.
know, without a shadow of a doubt, God has
Mm-hmm.
told you, and you know, like at the end of the day, you have to move on you and not everyone else. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I do understand what you were saying when you have like some people who are like, I don't know about that girl.
Yeah, and why do we limit God? Like he
I
can
know.
use any kind of method he want. And I'm like, oh, like, come on now. It's
Yeah,
2026 and we're still like questioning like how God, he's a miracle worker. So
yeah.
phone, email, what TikTok, Facebook, they got all these different ways where people can connect. Like, why limit God?
Yeah, yeah. I agree because we were like you. So we are older in this chapter of our lives, late 50s, 60s.
Oh,
So,
girl, you look good.
girl,
Like
yeah,
what?
I just celebrated 58 July 29th. I'm not ashamed to
You
say
look
it.
you look fantastic.
Thank you, thank you. So, we knew what we
Mm-hmm.
wanted, and like you were saying, we're in a different era. Like
Mm-hmm.
my two daughters were still at home at that time when we met,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was like you. I was going to church, I was going to work, I was taking care of my daughters. He was going to work, going to the gym, going home, and then that was it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and so why not meet that way? Like we weren't going out anywhere. So sometimes people think that meeting, I guess you could say unconventional ways is
Yeah.
not a good way, but who says that?
All
Like
right.
that's their opinion.
Man.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm telling you, girl, I'll tell you, man, I'll say all kinds of things. We're going to take our quick commercial break, and then we will be back where Asia is going to close us out, and she is going to be sharing with us some encouragement, encouraging you on this evening that if you're in that place of uncertainty and you're in that place of waiting on God and trusting God, what you need to do, what you need to do. So we'll be right back.
If you're looking to be motivated, inspired, and be the best version of your authentic self, I recommend you watching the Jackie O Show.
I'm all the way in Japan. Sometimes I'm not able to watch it live, so I am able to watch it on a replay. And I just want to say they do motivate.
It's going to be jam-packed with so many amazing women, all ready to motivate and inspire you to live well and think well.
Welcome back to Motivational Monday with me, your girl, Jackie O, and my special guest, Ashia Montgomery from TLC 90 Day Fiance. And we have been having such a great conversation on her journey with Maxwell, her journey to love. And y'all, listen, if you have missed it thus far, please go back and watch the replay because Asia's been dropping some really good nuggets, I'm telling you. And now she's going to share with us just encourage someone that is watching today on trusting the process and having faith in what God has told you while you're in your waiting period. Go ahead, Asia, take it away.
Yes. So everybody know I waited a long time. But I feel like the biggest thing for me is trusting God, casting your cares on God. I feel like God gives us desire. So if you have a desire to be a wife, I feel like that really comes from God. And so you need to be prepared. Don't be like me at the last minute trying to get myself together. Go to Proverbs 31. Say, like, am I doing all these things? am I really lining up? So when this man sees me, he sees me as a wife. Does he might see you as a friend, a girlfriend, but you want to be seen as a wife, a godly wife at that. And then so after that, like, just trust God, and just be patient. And God is going to do it, because you don't know if he's developing you, he's developing the man, but we're all in God's timing. So trust his timing. Sometimes we get so anxious, because I was like, Lord, like, I'm getting close to menopause. Like, when you going to do this thing for me? And it's valid. And so, and as y'all see in the show, it's a very valid issue.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, just trust in God's timing and just get yourself prepared. Like, that's the best advice I can give any woman. And just don't get desperate. Don't settle. You tell God, I had my list. Y'all saw my list. You tell God what you want in a man, because he's gonna honor those desires if it's in his will. Like, I didn't get the light-skinned man, but God will definitely honor. Like, when you're looking at the real standards and what makes up a godly man, he will honor that desire.
Amen. I love that. I love that. And that is so, so true. So true what Ashia has just shared with us. Ashia, tell us, how can we follow your journey?
I am Ashia Montgomery on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. I'm Ashia 90 Day. And I'm also Ashia Montgomery on YouTube. Also tune in to TLC every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central. And, continue to follow my journey, me and Maxwell's journey.
Yes, let me tell you, me and Mr. Johnson. So Ashia, that's my husband's name on social media, girl, Mr. Johnson, like he's a celebrity. When we
I
go
love it.
places, they're like, where's Mr. Johnson? I'm like, Mr. Johnson, this is Jackie O. But yes, y'all be sure that you tune in on Sundays, as Ashia was saying, on the show. And Ashia, not only is Ashia on 90 Day Fiance, but as we said earlier, she is a business owner. She has a restaurant, and she's also a pharmacist. So girl, you got it going on. Let me tell you.
Wear myself out.
Girl, you need some self-care. So listen, I'm gonna have to send you some of our amazing calming butter so you can put some on, take some moments to yourself. But Ashia, again, thank you so much for being here with us on this evening for Motivational Monday with Jackie O. We will be right back after this break and closing it out for the show. One moment.
If you're looking to be motivated, inspired, and be the best version of your authentic self, I recommend you watching The Jackie O Show.
I'm all the way in Japan. Sometimes I'm not able to watch it live, so I am able to watch it on a replay. And I just want to say, they do motivate.
It's going to be jam-packed with so many amazing women, all ready to motivate and inspire you to live well and think well.
Welcome back to Motivational Monday with me, your girl, Jackie O. We hope you enjoyed the show with our special guest, Ashia Montgomery from TLC 90 Day Fiance. And if you missed any of the broadcasts, go ahead and just go all the way back and, watch the replay. Go ahead and put in the comment section. Let us know where you're tuning in from, as well as if you're watching the replay, and share this amazing broadcast. So we normally stream every first Monday of the month, but tonight, it is a special night that we are streaming because I was out of town. And so we're streaming tonight on August the 10th, but we will be back on Monday, September the 7th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time with another amazing guest for Motivational Monday with Jackie O. And for more information on Jackie O, go ahead and check us out on our website at www.jackieo.com. And until then, we pray that you have a good rest of your week as well as month. Bye.
I know